Hello, I'm Kevin. I'm going to bring you through a little myofascial work with the ball in the chair. This is for those who can't normally get down on the floor and use a foam roll. So in that case, I'm going to show you how to do it in a chair. This is how I start my chair class, or any class in that matter, with myofascial work, because we want to make things nice and pliable in order to make them stretchy. Once we get the pliability, it's going to lead to flexibility. It's going to lead to range of motion. Okay, you see me right now, I'm starting on the wrists, the underside, and just rolling back and forth, getting all that connective tissue. And we're just going to start with the lower arms initially. Okay. Take our time with this. The idea is we're trying to get every part of the body. Now I'm flipping sides on the top of the arm. Now if you have a particular spot that you want to hang out on and you feel like it needs a little more work, by all means. But I'm just going to guide you through the whole body as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Now I'm switching arms, going to the other wrist. Now this does a lot besides making us pliable, less prone to injury, and more flexible. This is producing endorphins. It's like a form of self-massage, so feels really good. Can't spend all day on it, but definitely need to spend the beginning part of our workout on it, and ideally the end too if we have time for that. Okay, see I'm flipping the sides. The underside of the arm is a little more important. Alright, sticking to the same arm, now we're going up the bicep tendon, up into the bicep muscle. Want to keep that thing nice and pliable. These little balls work really good. Now I'm going up into the arm, into the inside of the shoulder. Now we want to open it up and relax the neck muscles when we do that. Now I'm moving around the side of the shoulder. Okay, now into the neck muscles. And see these muscles, they attach from behind the ear there, and they come down on the back of the neck, but also more importantly, they come down and attach to the sternum and collarbones and pull our neck forward. So we really want to go in that pattern and roll them downwards, especially that back trap I'm doing right now. It tends to lift with the scapula on each side. Okay, going down. You see those neck muscles, how they're attaching to my collarbone and sternum. Getting a little stretch, turning away. Okay, now I'm going underneath the collarbones, across the sternum, right into the other collarbone, right underneath. Now this is a particularly personal area for me. I have a really badly broken collarbone 3 times actually, and I had really had to learn how to artificially lengthen this tissue because it shortened my neck so much and my arm, everything. Okay, getting those muscles behind the head, rolling downwards now. Feel any knots or ripples, go ahead and try to roll them out. Doesn't do any harm. This side for me, gonna spend a little time. You can see my collarbone right there. So I'm showing you it's very short and broken very badly, and it shortened the tissue tremendously where it's pulled my head to the left. So I really had to learn how to lengthen this tissue for anyone else dealing with that. Okay, going in reverse, getting the back of the shoulder. Now we're getting inside the shoulder. Going down the bicep, getting into the tendon, really open that thing up. And going right down the arm. All right. Now let's get the elbows too. Feel any elbow pain, elbow aches, especially when doing pull-ups and things like that. It's really good. This fascia gets really tight. It's probably pulled from the opposite side of the body really, but if we go ahead and locally work on it, it really helps with the pain. It's another area for me. I've had a really bad broken elbow before, compound fracture, and had surgery 2 times. So this tissue I know gets really painful and short, especially when you get an injury. But just doing this repeatedly helps. Okay, now we're going down the lateral lines, getting that big lat muscle, kind of arching over, getting right around the armpit there as I go down the side of the body all the way down to the hip. It's good to get some deep breaths too, arching over, really expand that tissue. Now we're working on that little side muscle there, quadratus lumborum, where it pulls the ribs towards the pelvis. So I really want to work on that area for a second. Okay, perfectly. Now we're getting the ribs going across horizontally in between that costal cartilage. And you can see I'm breathing here again, expanding the tissue as I go across. Right. Going across underneath the ribs. Get the bottom of the sternum, the xiphoid process, as we go across to the other side of the ribs. And arching over, taking some deep breaths. Perfect. Now we're going down that other lateral line. And just creeping down to that hip muscle we talked about, where it attaches to the hip. Yep, get it really good. Roll it out, make it nice and pliable so we can stretch it. Also getting the back a little bit, the lower back as well. All right, it's the upper body. Now we're getting the legs. Start off with the hip flexors. So you can see I'm extending those hip flexors right there, psoas mainly, and kind of iron it out. Not too hard though. There's a bunch of veins and nerves in there. We're just trying to reverse all that sitting. Give these muscles a chance to extend. Roll them out. Okay. Now I'm moving to the side of the muscle, this important one, the TFL. Okay, now you can see as I lift my leg up to the side there, you can really feel it pop out. It's kind of it really stands out. It's like a speed bump in the road. Really tender thing. It will pull on that IT band of your leg and shift the knee in all sorts of directions. So it's a really important one for hip pain, knee stability. Okay, now we're going down the IT band, down the side of the leg. Okay, into the knee now. Side of the knee. Now I'm going to start to work on top of the knee. Not on the patella itself, just around on the muscle, where everything converges there, pulls on our kneecaps. Okay, now we're going to start to get inside of the knee. I'm going to work into the adductors now, the insides of the legs that get really short and tight, and they end up pulling our knees inwards. So I really want to spend a second and work on this area. Okay, there we go. Getting in the adductors now. All right. Good. Now we're going to get the center of the quad. I want to leave those out. Rectus femoris, rectus intermedius, I believe. All the muscles, don't leave them out. Okay. Next leg. Same thing, we're going to start off with the hip flexors, opening them up, ironing them out. Now working on the TFL there. Again, I can laterally lift my leg and really feel it pop out. This works really good with the foam roll on the ground. People really notice the difference, but the ball does pretty good too. Okay, getting the TFL, and we're going to start to go down the IT band. Going down the side of the leg as we work into the knee. Okay, getting the side of the knee. Getting on top of the knee, not on the cap, around the muscle. And working inside the knee now. All right. Getting the adductors now. Inside the leg. Okay. Getting a really thorough job today. All right. Don't leave out those top. Oh, I did. Okay, we don't want to forget about the top of the quads either. I may have forgot that. So make sure we get those really quick too, in the center of the leg. As we go on down, I'm showing you where we want the next part to begin. Anterior tibialis. It's not on the shin bone itself, but it's on the lateral aspect. It's right on the side there. Still somewhat facing forward, just not on the shin bone. If it's on your left leg, it's going to be on the left of the bone. Okay, now I'm coming down, flattening out the ankle and ironing out all that tissue, really opening it up. Okay, now I want to get the webbing of the feet as well. The aponeurosis, all of that stuff. I want to break it up. All right. Now, just a brief example. If that was too hard on your back to bend over like that, you can easily do it in the chair as well. Do the same thing like I'm doing there. Okay. Let's get that Achilles. We're going to start with one side. And you can see how I have my foot flexed a little bit, and it really extends the back of the Achilles, so we open it up a little more. We're getting one side, going up the base of the calf with it into the soleus. Really, really important area. I see so many Achilles tears on with sports and athletes and things like that. If they did this, I'm not sure they would happen so frequently. So we really want to take care of our Achilles, keep this thing nice and pliable, and get both sides, of course. Get in the back side of it. You can even get it with your hand if you like. Yeah, like that. Get that thing really good. Okay, where are we at? Anterior tibialis, other side. So this is my right leg. It's going to be on the right side of the shin bone. highly neglected muscle. I mean, this thing is a part of that short anterior dominant complex we're always going to be talking about. Really merges into the ankle, messes with our feet and our walking pattern, and that is everything. Okay, getting down into the foot, in between the webbing. Okay. Now see, even when I'm bending over here, we don't really talk about this yet too much, but we want to keep the spine kind of straight and hinge from the hips so we're not crushing our vertebrae even when we bend over. My back doesn't look perfect, but you get the idea. We want to hinge from the hips and not an auxiliary hinge from the thoracic spine or the lumbar and smash those vertebrae. Okay, getting the other Achilles, going up the base of the calf, getting both sides of it. Just finishing it off with my hands there. Okay. What's next? What else is there? We got the feet. So hopefully your shoes are off at this point. This is the best part. Okay. Want to get the insides of the arches, trying to get the whole foot. So we'll start off with that. Just to roll back and forth, not too hard. Don't want to hurt anything. Put a little pressure on it though. Get in the middle. Now the outside. Right? And the heel. Should we take care of that heel? If you have a spur or anything like that, it's a great time to try to work it out a little bit. Feet are extremely malleable, meaning they will change shape and form based on what's underneath them. So it's a good time to kind of flatten them out and recalibrate everything. Okay, other foot. Again, starting with the inside of the arch. Work in the middle part of the arch. And now the outside. And last, the heel. Okay. Perfecto. Okay. Let's move on. Let's take care of those hands. All right. It's like we're rolling some meatballs. Bring some blood into those things. Roll them out, break them up. Okay. I'm going to go right into some hand exercises here in a minute. But just like our feet, let's get the webbing in between the fingers, in between the joints. Make sure we get the other hand. All right, now the hand exercises. Here we go. So I'm holding it with a thumb, and we're going to go down the line with each finger, 5 reps each. Leaving a big fingerprint with every touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Going to the next finger, middle finger, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the next finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now the pinky. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the whole hand. 1, big squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze and hold. 3, 2, 1, and good. Other hand. Let's go. Index finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Middle finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the pinky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the whole hand. Big squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, where are we at? Okay, so we're going to do some companion stretches with this. Really work on everything we rolled out. Okay, I'm going to start with that wrist. Now it's nice and pliable. We can open it up, extend it out. We want to relax those neck muscles. We don't want them lifting up. They would love to do right there. Just want to pull the shoulder blade down, slowly open up the arm, taking a deep breath in and out. Perfect. Okay, grabbing that wrist. Let's get some blood flow. Okay, guillotining the wrist, give it a nice squeeze, pulling it towards the elbow joint, pointing the fingers and rotating around. About 5 in each direction. Nice and slow, trying to free up the wrist space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, other wrist. Give it a nice guillotine right below the joints, not directly on it. Oh yeah, not yet. Excuse me. We're doing the wrist stretch first. There we go. Relaxing the neck muscles. Opening it up. Deep breath in and out. Okay. All right, there we go. There's the wrist. Okay, see, I'm showing you right there, not on the joint itself, but below. Pulling it towards the elbow joint, pointing the fingers, and starting the articular rotations. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And some squeezes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Some blood in those hands. All right, taking care of those wrists. Now let's do the ankles. Very similar thing. Now if this hurts your knee, just bring it more like a lady sit and less like a gentleman sit if it's hurting your knee right here. Same thing, give it a nice big guillotine on top of the ankle joint. Pull it upwards towards the knee. Point the toes and circle around. Little cracking is just fine. It probably feels pretty good as long as there's no pain involved. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we're going to grab top of the feet and stretch that anterior tibialis muscle we worked on the side of the shin bone there. And to do that, we're going to twist the foot underneath a little bit and pull on the toes downwards. We could wiggle around the ankle a little bit, loosen it up. Taking care of those ankles. Oh yes. Okay. Other foot. Other ankle. Here we go. Remember, above the ankle joint, pulling it towards the knee joint. Freeing up that space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay. Stretching that shin bone muscle, pulling the toes down, twisting the foot a little bit underneath, trying to feel that muscle stretch, give it some wiggles. Perfect. Okay. What's next? What do we got? Okay, this block is optional. I'm just showing it to you just in case you need it. If you can't reach down without hurting your back. The idea is we're going to open up the adductors, those knee muscles we stretched inside the leg. Reaching up, arching over. See the block's just getting in my way at this point. Deep breath in and out. Good. Now back the other way. Opening up the knee. Open up the other adductor. Arching over. Deep breath in and out. Back again the other direction. Deep breath in and out. And again the other way. Oh yes. All right. Where are we at? Okay. Now we're going to work on these arm lines that extend from hand to hand, these fascial meridians. So I have an upper level, I have a lower level. I'm looking at the upper level, thumbs up, deep breath in and out. Now we're going palms up, like I'm twisting out a towel and wringing out the water. Deep breath in and out. Other side. Thumbs up, upper level, lower level, looking at the upper level. Deep breath in and out. Palms up, wringing out the towel, deep breath in and out. Now both arms out. Pulling the shoulder blades down, making room for space in the back of the neck. Bring the chin up, deep breath in and out. Get another one in if you like. Perfect. Now pulling the arms to the side, pulling the shoulder blades down, making space in the back of the neck. We don't want to kink it. Now I'm going to be drawing a circle with my chin on the mirror in front of me. See, this is why we pull the shoulder blades down. We don't want to kink the neck and all those muscles, and we're trying to lengthen all those sternum and collarbone muscles that attach to the back of the head. We're trying to lengthen those, and we want to activate the posterior chain, the back of the neck muscles. Stretch in the front, 2 circles, 1 in each direction. Now, eye level, chin tucks, just like a turtle. 1, 2, and 3, just to reset everything. Thanks for watching my video. I hope it helped, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to show you my little ball one more time. Really like this. I think it's a Trigger Point is the brand. The T on it. Love them. Okay, take care, folks.